continue with the Shema, page 152, 153.
Rabbi, there was a special request today.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It was for Shabbat Shalom Hey by Enid.
There's actually an author of that?
Inez.
Oh, Inez. Inez
Yeah.
over here. Oh my
And
gosh.
I said we would do it with her if she would like be our spirit with the hey. Does everybody know the hey part in Shabbat Shalom Hey?
Inez is a student over at the JCC, and she has learned, maybe in Centerland, is it at the camp there?
We'll just
She
do it
has
all up.
learned the Shabbat Shalom Hey, so we definitely need to hear it.
Here we go. Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shabbat Shabbat. Put your bim bam hands out. Here we go. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bitty 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 bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Last time. Here we go. Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat Shalom Hey, Shabbat 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 Shalom. Thank you.
Boy, Inez, thank you so much. That was wonderful. I thought for a second she was the composer of the song. I thought, wow, I didn't even know there was a composer. I guess there probably is a composer in that song.
There is.
Somewhere.
No, Frankel.
No? There you go. See, kids you know everything. That's wonderful.
I don't know everything.
You know a lot about music.
cantorial world, I know some minutia. That's about it.
Okay, so we have, instead of Micha Mocha, we have kind of a different connection that's about Or Zarua Letzadik. No, Or. Ozi V'Zimrat. Oh, Ozi V'Zimrat. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. Oh, I can't wait.
So, if you listen closely to this, you will hear the patter of horses running. You will hear the waves of the Sea of Reeds. This is, incorporates many different lines from Moses' song of redemption, of liberation, as the Israelites cross the Sea of Reeds. So, and it's exactly from the Torah, where the Micha Mocha comes from. The Micha Mocha is embedded in this too. So you won't need your books for this. You can just enjoy listening to it and imagining this Cecil B. DeMille's moment. Okay?
It's a trip through the song of the sea. It's beautiful. We're going to turn to Hashkivenu, which is right after the Micha Mocha. Let me get you the page. Well, this is going to be, we already got one person already won the raffle there. Oh, here it is. I already got it. Page 160. There we go. Page 160, the Hashkivenu, and this one will be familiar with you. It's one we often sing on high holidays.
Erev Rosh Hashanah, you'll hear this again. If you know it, sing along. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Mehamidenu Malkeinu Lechayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Mehamidenu Malkeinu Lechayim. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Mehamidenu
I invite you to rise for our silent Amida, our silent standing prayer that begins on page 164 through page 180. Take a moment just to find your way into nature, find your own space to prayer wherever it is. We're going to take this time really for our own thoughts and prayers, and whenever you're ready, you may be seated. King David would have appreciated that. We're going to sing Oseh Shalom, prayer for peace. We could really use some peace right now. Send our prayer out into the world and our community. I know our hearts are heavy here with what's going on with the bus, the terrible accident in Pembroke. We don't even know exactly what the situation is, but peace, I think, is something we all do. And Osa Shalom is on page 1. Turn our attention, speaking of the bus, to those in need of healing. We have a lot of community members, family members, maybe people in the world that could use healing. And we're going to send our prayer out. So what I'm going to have you do, the prayer itself can be found on page 371. And I'm going to invite you to raise your hand if you have people that you're thinking about. Sadie has her hand up very high. Sadie, please tell us who you're thinking about. Oh. I love that. That's the beauty of being a child. You raise your hand up so passionate, I forget.
Terry Worth, Jeff Morris, Kat Mariani, and Nancy
Terry.
Oh, care about it. Ross Silver.
Diana Manor.
Gail Lewis.
Hold all of those names in our hearts, and we'll sing the Misha Barak again on page 370.
Before us, help us find
go out to where they're needed, in our own hearts and in the world it's needed, and may we find a measure of healing. I'm going to take this off for a second. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So nice to come here under the tent and to just be outside, especially on a beautiful day in Western New York like today. And of course, what happened in Pembroke with this bus is a reminder of how fleeting life is and how unpredictable. But here, nevertheless, we come here under the tent to affirm life. And we come out together as a community to join together, maybe to celebrate a bar mitzvah, to be together. We are saying yes to life. That's where we are in the Torah. In Deuteronomy, over and over again, we hear that message, choose life. Choose life. And what does that mean and how do we do it is hard. I think it's a hard time. It's a hard time to be a Jewish. It's a hard time to be human. It's a hard time to be in this world. We could probably say that about other times, but I think this is a hard time. I found this poem I wanted to begin with, because I think a lot of what the end of Deuteronomy is about is affirming our own faith. This is by a French poet that was written in the early 1920s, so like 100 years ago. His name was Edmund Flegg. This is what he wrote, translated. I am a Jew, that's the name of the poem. I'm a Jew because my faith demands of me no abdication of the mind. I'm a Jew because my faith requires of me all the devotion of my heart. I'm a Jew because in every place where suffering weeps, I weep. I am a Jew because at every time when despair cries out, I hope. I am a Jew because the word of the people Israel is the oldest and the newest. I'm a Jew because the promise of Israel is the universal promise. I'm a Jew because for Israel the world is not completed, we are completing it. I'm a Jew because for Israel humanity is not created, we are creating it. I'm a Jew because Israel places humanity and its unity above the nations and above Israel itself. I am a Jew because above humanity, image of the divine unity, Israel places the unity which is divine. What beautiful words, this sense of, in every place where suffering weeps, I weep. I think we can relate to that, and there's a lot of weeping to be gone on right now. I wanted to share two stories that I heard recently that were affirming of life. One has to do with the funeral. So often people mistake, they think funerals are a time of tears, which they are, but they're also a time of joy. Joy because we are so appreciative of the person, maybe we've lost them, but who they were and what they meant to us. We're so appreciative that people like that could exist in this world, people that could influence us. Today we had a funeral, beautiful funeral for Gabe Ferber. How many of you knew Gabe? Gabe was a lawyer. He was a human being, proud Jew, very active in the Holocaust Resource Center, or HERO. He was also very active in the Jewish War Veterans, Scouts, many different things in our community. I got to know him when I first moved here because he was the head of our Yom HaShoah committee and the Holocaust Remembrance Day. So I got to know and see how he leads, and he did a beautiful job, and it's a really sad loss. But I also got to learn a little bit about his how he grew up and what his life was like, and that was really wonderful to hear. Kind of the deep, I talked about at the funeral, the deep roots he has. He was a very rooted person who knew who he was very proud of who he was, and that came from his parents. And his parents were survivors. They came over in 1951, after having gone through the worst. They're actually a lot of the family was on Schindler's List. There's many stories written up about their life. But they came here, they came from Krakow, they were there, and they came to Binghamton. They wanted to come to Binghamton. Gabe's brother, Robin, suggested maybe because it had the rivers and it was similar enough to what they knew in the old country. But they wanted to do things different. They didn't want their children, Robin and Gabe, to feel the burden of what they had gone through. And this is a choice I'm sure a lot of survivor families had to make. Do you share the story every day, or do you not share the story? Do you run? Do you hide from it? Do you preach from it? What do you do? What do you do with this? You've just lost so much. You've been through so much. What do you do? How do you process it? And they made a conscious decision to focus on the now, focus on where they were, on America. They loved America. And they wanted their boys to feel the joy of life, the pride in who they were. They actually didn't share anything about that identity. They only learned it as teenagers even, about what their parents and family had been through. But they created this nurturing place that was so life-affirming. And I thought, this is what it means to choose life. Robin was talking about today that he said there was two different ways of being, which many of us can relate to, inside our family and outside of it. And the outside world was sometimes harsh. There was a lot of anti-Semitism, a lot of hard things. But inside our family, there was only love. So that's the first story I wanted to share. And I really loved just hearing about the family. Second story is more contemporary. I got a chance to go down to Brit Kodesh in Rochester. Rabbi Peter Stein invited me there. He has a friend who is in charge of the Reform movement in Israel. Her name is Anna Koslensky. And I got to meet with just a few people. We got to hear a little bit about what's going on. And it was incredible at this time kind of to hear what it means to be a liberal Jew in Israel and how they were kind of going through things. First, I heard there are actually almost 54 congregations, Reform liberal congregations in Israel. That was shocking. Not too long ago, there was 2. In the 80s, I think Kol and Shema was maybe the second congregation, and now there's 54, and they're spread out all over. It's different being a liberal Jew in Israel. In Israel, no one pays for their Judaism, believe it or not. The state, they think it's part of being Jewish and being in the state. And so rabbis, their salaries usually covered by the state. The synagogue, it just functions very differently. So how do you even do it? They actually have to seed. They put money in, and they do it. And these are very, very Zionist, very connected to Israel. And as Anna was saying, she was from a Russian family. She said, I just wanted to be able to say Kaddish for my parents. And I want others to have a chance to do Kaddish. So if in the Orthodox setting, you wouldn't be able to do that. So to be able to set up those kind of communities. And she really dedicated a lot of her life to setting up these kind of communities. But what do you do in these times? What does it mean to be active in the state of Israel in these times? And by these times, I don't mean just even right now, the war in Gaza, October 7th, all those kind of things, but even before that, the judicial reform, which was actively trying to get rid of the reform movement within Israel. And she said for the very first time, I was actually in Israel, we were having a dialogue, because that was the last time I was in Israel. I thought it was 22, but it was actually 23 in January, when they had the massive 500,000 people out on the streets to protest. And she had a decision to make. She said, I'm going to be out on the streets. This is something they had never done actively. They didn't want to be partisan in any way. But this was a threat to their own identity, and they were out on the streets. And that has kind of continued to this day as they go. And it was a very interesting thing, as I learned, that, you know, what the biggest sign of protest in Israel that they do? They put up the Declaration of Independence. This might say I'm going to have our religious school do this, actually. The Declaration of Independence says that we're a Jewish country, but also a democratic country. A country that believes in all of its citizens. And she gave me this prayer. I'm going to read to you. Beautiful prayer by Rabbi Yaya Tobias. What a wonderful name. In Hebrew, it's Yud Aleph, Yud Aleph. So I'm just going to read it in English. May it be your will that the state of Israel becomes a worthy home for all its citizens. May love, peace, security, and the will to work together flourish. And may all hatred, fear, neglect, and apathy be banished. We ask of Israel's leaders, judges, and elected officials that they may govern with wisdom, good faith, and walk in the path of integrity and justice. We pray for the well-being of all who safeguard the security of the state, soldiers, police forces, medical personnel. May they go forth in peace and return in peace. May we soon see all hostages return safely to their loved ones, embraced speedily in our days. We bless all who work and invest in Israel with dedication and love. May we know better days, and may these sacred words be fulfilled. Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, from Isaiah. And I will grant peace in the land, Leviticus. And nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war. They learn no war anymore. And let us say, Amen. And if you saw this week in terms of affirming, 1 million people out of the streets in Israel. 1 million people in a country, there's about, 6 million Jews. 1 million Jewish adults out on the streets this week. I don't know if that's not life affirming. I'm not sure what is. May we find time to better times, but through it all, as we say, l'chaim tovim. And we will put this, I'll have this here if anyone wants to take a look, and we'll have this in the religious school wing as well. Okay, we have something prepared. I hope it connects.
It is.
Oh, well, there you go.
Famous Israeli song, Horshat Eucalyptus. Lisa will read a translation of it. It's not in our Sidurim, but this was part of your senior practicum with Sean, right?
Yes.
And she did a completely Hebrew program, right?
A set.
A set.
Yes, and I was very happy to have the opportunity to dust off 15 years worth of dust to bring this out for you today. So thank you so much for having me at this Shabbat. This is a lovely community. I'm very happy to be here. So the text of this is, when mother came here pretty and young, father built a house for her on the hill. The springs passed half a century, and the curls turned gray. But on the bank of the Jordan, nothing seems to change. The same silence and the same decor, the eucalyptus grove, the bridge, the boat, and the salt bush's fragrance on the water. The cannons thundered on the other side of the Jordan, and then peace returned when the summer ended. All the babies grew up and again built a house on the hill.
Shemer tune, poet, singer-songwriter, laureate, Israel.
Beautiful. Let's rise for Alenu, 586. As we say, it's not up to us just to pray. We need to go and do good deeds in this world. Page 591. You may be seated. Before we move to the Mourner's Kaddish, which will be on 598, I think we have a melody to get us in the space.
That could be found, I just had it, yes, there it is, 667. Al Tivki Ivi. It's from the book of Ruth.
Perfect.
Do not urge me to leave you, to turn back and not follow you. For wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. Thus and more may Adonai do to me, if anything but death parts me from you. Tivki leosvech, mashuv mashuv me'acharayich. Ki el asher techilech, uva asher talini alim. Amech, ami, Elohayich, Elohai. Amech, ami, Elohayich, Elohai. Asher tamut yamut, v'sham v'sham ekaber. Ko yaseh Adonai li, v'choch yosif, v'choch yosif. Ki hamavet yafrid beini uveinech.
So beautiful. Still brings chills thousands of years after it happened. Right? I'm going to read the list of names. Again, Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. We're remembering Gabriel Ferber, who died recently. There will be Shiva on Sunday and Monday. I think 3 to 6 for the Shiva service at 5 over at Candy's house. And Shloshim, we're remembering Teddy Altruder, Jerome William Adkin, Judy Bardak, Bert Clayman, Charles Chuck Robinson, and Muriel Sabat. Muriel's funeral will be next Sunday at 1 o'clock. At Shir Shalom. On our yard site list from years past, Marty Bates, Paul Burkow, Blanche Bernstein, Ina Mae Eisner, Sophie Finkelstein, Morris Garfinkel, Eva Gilden, Joel Giller, David Glickman, Rosalind Goldberg, Ernest Grosser, Philip Klein, Kenneth Nightinger, Abraham R. Kushner, Moses Levinson, Israel Laval, Jack Millman, Sarah Mitchell, Bessie A. Mitnick, Bess Painter, Abraham Perlman, Jacob Pleskow, Alan Rosner, Benjamin Smith, Sanford Solander, Bernice Salatsky, Stella Starsky, Leonard Stein, Doreen Tubin, Manny Weiner, and Ray Weinberg. If there's other names, just raise your hand. We'll say, we don't know how many people died at Pembroke, but we'll put them in.
Never mind, sorry.
Oh, were you going to say that?
Are you doing the birthday?
This is a yard site, the people that died. If it's your birthday, we could say birthday. All those whose custom it is to rise, page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach yirtei v'yamli margutei v'chayimon v'yamachon chayei l'cholei Yisrael agalah v'zman karib v'ru'anim Yehei shmei Rabbah barach v'olam v'le'ayah Yitbarach v'shabbat v'yifar v'yitramah v'yinaseh V'tadar, v'taleh, v'talal, shmei kudusha, richu, le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata, tushvachata v'nechmata, damiran v'yalma v'yuru Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yuru Oseh shalom v'nurah, Uyaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yoshvei v'al v'yuru May the one who creates harmony and high bring peace to us, all Israel, and all the world, and we say, Amen. They may be seated. Zikronam Livracha. May their memory be a blessing. And I'm going to bring over Bruce Chorus to offer our announcements.
Still not Springsteen, but that's okay. One day, Bruce. We'll get there. Shabbat Shalom again. Hope everyone enjoyed our, like I said, our penultimate service under the tent. And thank you to our team of many that led the service this evening. Special guest Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Lisa, and it's, I want to make sure I got it, Walter. I want to make sure I'm getting it right. Harpo over there. And Adam Biter for the technical setup. Wonderful job, everyone. Tomorrow morning, Mazel Tov also, of course, to Ian Zlotnick and his family on his bar mitzvah tomorrow morning, and Nathan Shine and his family on his bar mitzvah tomorrow afternoon. Again, a bar mitzvah double header. Wow, we need more of those. Can you do something about that?
I don't think I have any.
Recruit. We need to do more recruiting. Anyway, wonderful. Mazel Tov to all of you. Thank you to our service greeters tonight, Tara Karch-Cross and Keith Berzon, and special junior greeter, Sadie Cross, who is pretty much going to take over for all of our board members. Tomorrow morning, in addition to Ian's bar mitzvah, we have Torah study at 9 a.m. That is at Temple Beth Tzedek, also via their Zoom. And then the Shabbat morning service and bar mitzvah of Ian Zlotnick will be at 10:30. And then at 4 o'clock, it's the bar mitzvah of Nathan Shine. Sunday, for those of you that have been part of Life and Legacy, if you have made a commitment for the future of this temple, please join us Sunday afternoon. It's at Temple Beth Zion's downtown building. It's from 4 to 6. It will feature our good friend Jay Druff. It will also feature her and a few other cantors in town as well. But we know who will lead the way. Anyway, it's going to be a wonderful event. It's from 4 to 6. There'll be, in addition to the concert, there'll be a light reception following. So it's a way of saying thank you to everyone who has helped to secure the future of our temple and the other Jewish organizations in town. We're in year coming up on year 5, believe it or not, of Life and Legacy, and it will make a big difference in the future of this temple. Shabbat, speaking of making a difference, Shabbat will be Tuesday from 4 to 6:30. Pre-order is already available, so get to the website. And I will see you guys in the parking lot. It's going to be not bad Tuesday, like upper 60s. Well, that's true. Knock on wood. Anyway, this month our Tikkun Olam team is collecting for the teacher's desk. I don't know where this teacher teaches, but the desk is going to be very well equipped. And no, that's an organization that collects for teachers and distributes it. Is it for Buffalo?
Buffalo gets to go 3 times a year to get freebies.
Oh, that's great. Because so many Buffalo school teachers dip into their own pocket to buy supplies because the district can't pay for them. So for us to donate, it makes a big difference. And also, we are collecting year-round non-perishable food. So anytime you want to bring something in, please do so. Women of Shir Shalom would like to say, oh, by the way, our high holiday food drive is coming up, so we'll be doing a lot of collecting for that. The Women of Shir Shalom want to send a big thank you to Marina and Mark Finkelstein for hosting the planning meeting / pool party. Beautiful summer. We've had a spectacular summer until last Sunday. Because the Women of Shir Shalom were planning a pool party. I blame Julia. It's entirely Julia. She's not even here tonight. Julia, it's your fault. Anyway, but anyway, it was a lovely time nonetheless. And what a bummer. The Women of Shir Shalom had very short notice to do their stuffing party. And so thank you to the volunteers who came. I missed the notice. I couldn't come because I missed it. You know I was looking forward to stuffing the envelopes, but I couldn't be. Anyway, so look for those packets to arrive in the mail. They are the Women of Shir Shalom membership packets, so please join and support the Women of Shir Shalom who do so much for our temple. Wednesday, September 10th, that is a little ways off. At 6:30 p.m., Rabbi Yanina Foster is going to lead us in mindfulness preparation for the high holidays. You can contact Renee Klein to RSVP for that. Speaking of the high holidays, the Women of Shir Shalom are putting together Rosh Hashanah gift bags for the members of our community who can't get out to come to services. That's going to happen Sunday, September 14th at noon in the temple kitchen. If you can pack or deliver bags, please contact Jackie Berchowski for that. You may have heard our community religious school is a new name, and it's really cool, and a new logo. It's called the Buffalo Community of Learners, Bacol, and they're going to be doing some stuff before the beginning of the school year. There's a Zoom open house for religious school families. That's on Thursday, September 4th, and an ice cream social on Sunday, September 7th at Sweet Jenny's. So please attend those if you can. A week from tonight is our last outdoor service under the tent. Special guest Rabbi Alex Lazarus Klein will be here. Cantor Frank will be here, and Doug Lambert will be our guest musician that night. And another bar, that will be a bat mitzvah that weekend. That will be Isabella Ferber's next weekend. And the last service, outdoor service of the year, is followed by our summer farewell cookout. So if you haven't RSVP'd for that, please let Joanne know so we can be sure to have enough hot dogs and hamburgers. If you need anything at all, talk to Joanne. Please, I'm going to leave everyone else on. Please join us for the Onig immediately following, which is co-sponsored by Melissa Petrus and David Slotnick in honor of Ian's bar mitzvah, and Katie and Adam Shine in honor of Nathan's bar mitzvah. And since David is involved in the Onig, it is heart healthy. Unless he's trying to drum up new patients, in which case every cookie has a stick of butter in it. So, anyway, thank you all for being here, for being part of our wonderful Shir Shalom family. Shabbat Shalom.
I'm going to be still laughing about that one. All right, we're going to conclude. We have 6:25. We have a Don Olam. And afterward, we have Nathan. We're going to bring you up for, you're going to do Hamotzi in just a minute.
Setting by Bonya Shore. oldie but goodie. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, Nathan, we need you up here. Come on up. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. May you please return your prayer books over there to Sadie and also to Keith and Tara. Minus the leaflet and enjoy our own day. Shabbat shalom.
I know some of those people. They're our age.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom. She goes to the doctor's. Here. How are you? Is this the Judy receiving line? I'm alright, and so do you. Hi. Nice to see you. Went out to lunch with a friend today. She's having trouble.
La la la